Picture a biblical patriarch. You likely imagine a solemn, dignified elder staring nobly into the distance, living a life of quiet, sterile piety. Genesis chapter 30 reveals a different reality. In this text, we find a chaotic ecosystem where almost every member of a family is actively trying to scam the others. At the center of the conflict is Jacob. He spent years working for his ruthless father-in-law, Laban. He has zero equity to his name, and he is trapped in a house with two warring wives. Jacob faces a daunting problem. How does a man in the Bronze Age secure financial independence and escape a toxic environment when his employer holds all the cards? This chapter documents the specific grifts and maneuvers required to outmaneuver a hostile family and build a fortune from scratch. The domestic conflict starts with biology. Rachel is Jacob's favored wife, but she cannot conceive. This leads to a bitter rivalry with her sister Leah, who has already borne several children. Rachel initiates a proxy war by giving her maid Bilhah to Jacob. Her goal is to secure offspring she can legally claim as her own. Leah immediately counters this move. Refusing to lose her numerical advantage, she drafts her own maid, Zilpah, into the marital fray. This scoreboard tracks the results of their surrogate warfare. Team Rachel adds Dan and Naphtali through Bilhah, while Team Leah responds with Gad and Asher through Zilpah. Leah celebrates this tactical victory without any pretense of piety, declaring, "A troop cometh." This domestic arms race establishes the rules of Jacob's household. Everything is a negotiation, and every relationship is built on leverage, a mindset Jacob would soon need against his boss. With a growing family to support, Jacob attempts to resign. He goes to Laban and asks for permission to finally return to his own country. Laban recognizes that his profits have increased under Jacob's management and refuses to let him leave. He demands that Jacob name his own wages to stay on the job. Jacob proposes a lopsided severance package, taking only spotted, speckled, and brown livestock, leaving solid-colored animals for Laban. Laban sabotages the deal immediately. He secretly removes all spotted and speckled livestock, moving them 3 days' journey away to ensure Jacob has no breeding stock. Left with zero starting capital, Jacob is forced to move past standard animal husbandry and resort to a highly unconventional counter-scam. Jacob's solution was a baffling agricultural heist designed to bypass Laban's theft of the livestock. He took rods of green poplar, hazel, and chestnut and carved deep white stripes into them, exposing the bright white wood beneath the bark. His plan relied on an ancient folk genetics theory, the idea that if livestock stared at a striped pattern while they were mating, they would produce striped and spotted offspring. He placed these rods in the watering troughs where the flocks came to drink and mate. Miraculously, the solid-colored sheep began producing the exact spotted variations Jacob needed to build his wealth. Jacob added a final layer of manipulation. He placed rods in the troughs only when the strongest animals mated. When weaker sheep arrived, he removed the sticks, ensuring healthy livestock went to his flock, while feeble ones went to Laban. By combining folk science with selective breeding, Jacob successfully outscammed the man who had tried to leave him with nothing. The strategy worked. Jacob increased exceedingly, eventually leaving Laban's service with a massive fortune of cattle, camels, and servants. The source text includes a specific warning regarding these events. They are recorded for admonition, a lesson on what to avoid, and are not intended for imitation. We can at least be thankful that modern HR departments no longer have to arbitrate grievances over peeled stick optical illusions.